Good day. This is my first vlog for Cask Woodworking. So this is Cask Vlog number 1. And for those of you just joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for giving likes, all that. I really do appreciate it. And one of the goals that I had this year was to actually come up with a vlog. And I really didn't want to do a vlog on a day-to-day basis just because I don't think I could do it from a day-to-day basis. I couldn't even do it from a weekly basis. But what I wanted to do was at least come on here and once a month give an update. And with that, since this is my first vlog, I figured I'd give you a little bit of an introduction to those that are new to the channel. My name is Sean, and I am the I guess the owner, maker, whatever you want to call it, for Cask Woodworking. Again, like I said, I want to do at least one of these a month, and we'll see how it goes. So kind of getting into it, and before I get into it, I do want to say a huge shout out to Sean of Stone and Sons. I came across his vlog actually earlier yesterday. It really inspired me because I've been wanting to do a vlog and just didn't figure out how to do it. So on his second channel, he does something similar. So I'm going to post him info cards at the top. So go give him a check out. One of the things for 2019 that I really wanted to highlight on my vlog is just what are those goals for 2019. And for me, it's really getting into YouTube. YouTube for me has really been kind of daunting, scary, just not something that maybe I thought I would want to do. And the more I looked into it, especially starting in the latter half or ending in the latter half of 2018, I realized that, you know, with the iPhone, which is what I'm shooting on right now, a couple of apps and an iMovie, which is essentially what I was doing at the end of last year, I figured that I could produce some good content. So fast forward, 2019, I've started off my goal of growing my YouTube channel. Almost at 100 subscribers at the time of this posting. I'm going to do 12 YouTube videos throughout the year, so essentially one a month. I'm already ahead of the game. I've got 2 posted. I'm going to have one coming out on Monday. I'll get into that in a few minutes. I really wanted to just try YouTube, right? And give it a actual real go, a really go at it. And I think that so far I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm getting the process down and learning a lot along the way. These videos, these vlogs that I want to do, they won't count. And they'll just be additional 12 videos that I'll have. I'm excited to give it a go again. A couple other goals that I want to do this year is I want to do better video editing. I was using iMovie before that, and iMovie is really limited. You want to slow it down more than 2 times, or you want to speed it up more than 2 times. I think 2x is essentially the limit on iMovie. Don't quote me. What I'm planning on doing now is using Luma Touch, Luma Fusion. So Luma Fusion is the software by the company Luma Touch. I will put a link in the description. It has been a really great tool for me. It's super simple to use, lots of videos on YouTube on how to use it. Combine that with Film IC Pro. Film IC Pro is the camera app on the iOS, which I'm using right now. It's what we're using to film this. Allows me to lock in the focal point right now, which is on me, as well as lock in the contrast, brightness, and there's a whole suite of tools that you can do. I'm pretty excited about giving that a little bit more exposure and experience. So it's one thing that I wanted to use a little bit more. Also, from a camera perspective, I have an older iPhone right now. I want to look at the Moment camera lenses. You need a specific case, and then you screw the lens onto it, and that will allow you to take even more wider shots. So on stuff like this, you might be able to see a little bit more of my shop, but right now I'm using the iOS camera, and it's been great so far. Also, you'll notice I'm using a mic now. So this mic is natively connected to the iOS device, the iPhone, through a lightning cable. And so far it's been great. It's what I've been doing my last 2 voiceovers with, and it reduces a lot of the echo. You're probably going to hear echo anyway because we are in my garage. At least the voice is going to sound a little bit better. I already talked about vlogging, so that's another goal, vlogging each month. I've kind of figured that out. That shouldn't be too hard. I'm not going to be editing this video. It's going to be kind of native the way that it is right now. I want to be authentic. I want this video to highlight, what's going on in the shops, what's going on, from a woodworking perspective. And then the last goal is just to work more comprehensively with sponsors. So I know sponsors can be a very touchy subject, but I'm not looking for transactional sponsors. I'm looking to longer term, more partnerships. It's kind of something that I've taken from my day job as a CIO or as an IT executive. When we work with clients or vendors, it's a partnership, and each other is vested in each other. From a transactional perspective, I'd like to get a little bit more deeper with those, and there are a couple coming up, which I will get into shortly as we continue on in this vlog. The next kind of section I really want to talk about is on the project side. So I just recently finished off that white oak circle serving tray. You would have seen back in December, I completed a fairly large one. It was a walnut one. And now I'm going to be doing a video on this white oak circular one. It's 2 inches thick. It is about 18 inches in diameter, and it turned out really great. So I'm excited to get that video out. That will drop on Monday of next week. It was a partnership with Miles Craft as well as Bits and Bits. They provided the jig, the circle jig, which I'll put some links in the description below to each of those companies and what I used, as well as on Monday's video. That circle jig, hands down, has been a awesome jig. Perfect circles every single time. I can't say enough about it. I was really skeptical, getting a tool that mainly out of plastic. I really wasn't sure how that was actually going to shape up, but it worked out really well, and I'm super excited to show everybody that video. I've used a couple of new techniques in LumaFusion, so I'm super excited for that to come out, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Also, just some recent stuff that I finished. The dust collection with Busy Bee. I needed some new dust collection because I've been operating in this shop, not this one, but in a shop-like setting for the last coming up on 5 years with no real dust collection. I was using a shop vac. Needed something a little bit more robust to collect because I'm sick and tired of having to vacuum up all these huge wood chips, dust getting everywhere. So super excited for that as well. That's already come out, and I'll put a link in the info card above to that video. So give it a check out. As well, even going further back at the beginning of January, I did the Rubio monocoat. I did a fuming of the white oak. I was really curious how that would work because I hadn't really seen any videos on fuming. And so I did that video, just got some samples. So it's not really a sponsored video, but it's something that was kind of from a native perspective we just needed to do. We needed to finish that plate, that tread on the step. I think it turned out great. So if you haven't checked that video out, make sure you do. And again, I'll see if I can post a link to that as well. Otherwise, you can find it on my channel. Upcoming projects. So I've got, for those that have been following me on Instagram, you'll see that the kitchen table that I'm working on, it's kind of I'm calling it an IKEA hack, but it's not really an IKEA hack. It's just a recreation. When we were going through IKEA back in November, really liked the way that the table looked with the finger joints, the kind of the faux floating top, and just excited to get that done. I'm at a standstill right now at the time of this recording because I am looking at it right now. A coping saw blade was basically broke. And so I've got a bunch of those coming, and I'm excited to get back to that. Just recently saw this fruit bowl that I kind of want to make. It is a fruit bowl, just a square modular tray to hold fruit. I'll post some pictures about that later, but that's something that I'd like to get to as well. I'm going to need a spline jig for that because I want to put splines into those corners. And then something super, super exciting in February, in this month. I'm going to be getting extra power in this garage. I will post more about that. The gracious people that are going to come in and give me extra power. So we're going to rough in 220. Probably won't put in the power to the 220, but we'll put the conduits in. But at least I'm going to have a lot more extra 110 because I essentially have 2 circuits in this garage, which I'm fortunate because not a lot of people have 2 circuits. They have at least one. and that will be great. So more on that coming as well. I want to fix additional lighting, so I'm working on something for some lighting. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be super exciting. Couple more things coming up. So events you've seen on my Instagram. I haven't really talked about it on my YouTube channel because again, this is my first vlog. I'm heading down to Workbench Con, which is in Atlanta. That's February 20. Well, I'm going down February 20th, which is the day before, to the 23rd, which is the Saturday, and then flying back on that Sunday. So I'm excited to see and meet people there. The biggest reason why I'm going down to Workbench Con is to take a couple of nuggets. Yeah, it's going to be a social event. Probably 50% of it's going to be social. And I was on Instagram Live the other day and just talking about Workbench Con and conferences. My day job, conferences are about networking. It's about 50% of any conference. So there's going to be that aspect. But what you really want to do is take away 1 or 2 nuggets from a conference like that. And since I'm starting my YouTube channel, I really want to get around people that are doing it better than me, because I believe in that success principle. If you want to get around people that are more successful than you, then you have to get around them. I was able to make it work within the budget, using points and all that kind of stuff. So very excited to go down there. Chris over at Mortgage and Miter, if you don't know who he is, go give him a follow. We're both flying down together, so excited for that. And as previously mentioned, Sean Stone of Stone and Sons, he is going to be at that. He's speaking on a topic which is actually not controversial, but a lot of people talk about it as building that authentic following. So he's going to be there talking about that. I'm excited to find out what his take is on that. Guy sounds, I don't know him personally, but I've known him through Instagram. Just recently started following him, but from an authentic perspective, he seems to have it down. So interested to hear that out. So I'm going to be going to that session. Lastly, the last topic I want to talk about is sponsorship. When I talked about doing sponsorship in 2019, what I really want to make sure is that whatever I do from a sponsored, whatever you see is going to be relatable to the average woodworker, the average hobbyist, the average maker. You're not going to find anytime soon, you're not going to find me doing, a 3 horsepower dust collector. I'm in a garage. 1 horsepower at 110 is going to be what I'm going to be using, because that's what's relatable to everybody. Eventually, I would love to get a cabinet saw. That's kind of the biggest upgrade, because right now, I'm going to be doing a shop tour video coming out hopefully by the end of February, maybe even to early March, and you'll see some of the tools that I use and what I want to upgrade. Not talking about sponsors in that aspect, but relatable. That's what I want to be. I want to be authentic. I'm going to tell you if it's a sponsored post. I want it to be organic. And that's what a lot of actually vendors are looking for, and sponsors, is ensuring that when you are taking on sponsored content, that it's organic and that it just fits into your workflow, and that everything you've seen me do for the most part in my shop is organic. I'm either doing a project and I need a tool to do that project, and either I reach out or someone reaches out to me. But for the most part, it's been authentic. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of sponsorship as long as it's organic, it's relatable, and that's what I'm going to strive to do. So would love to hear your thoughts. If you want to put a comment in below, I'm all open to that. So I also talked about longer term sponsorships, less transactional sponsorships. So tools are great, and I don't mind getting tools, but I want to work towards doing more longer term sponsorships. So what you're going to see, and what I'm happy to announce on the channel today, is that I'm actually entering into a partnership with Affinity Tools. So Affinity Tools, if you don't know, Bora, I don't know if this can see that, but Bora Portamate is underneath the Affinity brand. Fish Bits is underneath the Affinity Tool brand, as well as Tormek from a sharpener perspective, and they make some beautiful workbenches under a Swedish name. I can't pronounce it. I think it's Slowberg. I've totally butchered that name, and I apologize to the people over at Affinity, but I'm super excited to start into that relationship and see where it goes. And one of the things that was really awesome about the first time I had a conversation with them is that they were really engaging. The emails we've had back and forth and the phone conversations we've had were just like, they really want to know who you are. They want to know about your goals. They want to know what you want to get out of the relationship. So I'm very excited about that, very refreshing. It's definitely not transactional. So stay tuned, more for that coming down the pipe. Obviously, you've seen some stuff from Busy Bee Tools. Nothing really formal with them, but at the same time, I am working with them on some tool stuff. You saw the dust collector, which I posted last week. And you're going to see some more stuff in the works with them. Local to Canada, very excited to be working with them on a variety of different things. They've been an awesome partner to deal with as well. And not as well, but with the addition of a couple other companies I've been working with Miles Craft, you're going to see, and Bits and Bits, you're going to see a video come out on Monday where I talked about them supplying the circle jig as well as some router bits. And then also Tools Today, they've been a great partner as well on sending over a couple of different saw blades. Hands down, one of the best saw blades that I've been able to use. There's lots of saw blades out there and there's lots of great ones, and these ones just happen to be a step up from the ones that I've been using before. So that's it from a sponsorship perspective. Again, being relatable is exactly what I want to make sure I do when it comes down to sponsorship. So that's what you're going to see. And really, that's the end of this first vlog. I'm excited to do another one coming up in March. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you would like to see me discuss in the vlog, and I will hit you back on the next one.